Ja, hallöle. Das war mal eine Scheiße Anmoderation, Alter, aber ich denke, ich habe da eh nichts Besseres. Sekunde, warte mal, warte, kann ich kurz was sagen, bevor wir loslegen? Danke, dass du die Uhrzeit beide Male eingeschaltet hast, nachdem du das Spiel gestartet hast. Wir nehmen diesen Schritt nicht ernst, wir lassen die Uhrzeit einfach bei 12 und lassen es gut sein. Also du machst dir tatsächlich die Mühe, die Uhrzeit einzustellen. Und das weiß ich zu schätzen. So weiß ich, dass dir diese Erfahrung wichtig ist. Du bist aufmerksam. Ich kann gar nicht wissen, ob die von dir eingestellte Uhrzeit korrekt sind. Pass auf, ich habe einen Vorschlag für dich. Da du so kooperativ warst, kannst du bei deinem nächsten Spielstart, wenn du diesen Bildschirm siehst, einfach deine Lieblingszeit einstellen. Mach nur immer für die Uhrzeit, die du willst, selbst wenn es nicht die richtige Zeit ist. Du hast es dir verdient. Alles klar, ich lasse jetzt weiterspielen. Okay, alles klar. I guess ich bin ein Spitzenspieler. Sound vielleicht ein bisschen laut. Was ist denn passiert? Audio? Äh, so, Test. Test, 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 Test. Okay, let's go. Wir beginnen. Es geht jetzt da weiter, wo ich aufgehört habe, gell? Oder fängt es wieder komplett von neu an? Weil komplett von neu wäre jetzt nicht so schnieke.
This is
Ili? Komplett von neu, aber ich war. Oh nö.
all of his co-workers were gone. What could
Habe ich
it
jetzt
mean?
wenigstens hier dieses.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Wait, ist hier irgendwas, wo ich einen Fortschritt da machen kann? I guess no. Da war doch
Stanley went
damals immer
around
dieser eine
touching
Computer.
every
Ja,
little thing in the office,
da war doch
but it
damals hier der
didn't make a
Computer,
single
wo ich
difference.
draufdrücken konnte, der
No matter
weiterladen
how hard Stanley looked,
musste.
he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oder war das bei mir? Scheiße. Da, ich habe wohl nicht aufgepasst, oder vielleicht kommt noch. Die Solitär, hm? Hm? Ich denke immer, hier geht's rein, ey. New. Ja.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Jetzt die Frage, will ich das jetzt skippen, wenn jetzt genau dasselbe Scheiß nochmal kommt? I guess der hat mich gehört.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley parable and about how roundly
Ja,
disappointing this
okay.
ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even
War das
further.
auch so?
Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
Ah, ja, okay. Würde echt gern rennen können.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Ist ja
Here we are.
gut.
Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Oh, wo war ich denn überall? Da war ich schon mit diesem geilen Bucket. Konnte ich mit dem irgendwas machen? I don't know. Nimm den einfach nochmal mit, der ist so schon beruhigend.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those
Mit dem Bucket, halt dein Maul!
I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley,
Da
anytime
kommt er, da
you're
kommt er, da kommt
holding
er.
the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind.
Hab ihn.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
Ist mir egal, lass mich durch.
It has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on.
La 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 la
la
la la la la la la la. Oh. Hab ich doch gesagt. Arschloch.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game?
Bürodekoration? Und ist noch warmer? Bürodekoration? I don't
Okay,
know.
I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and
ja, das war das
Happy
okay,
12th
shit.
Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is. Maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on.
Easy Achievement, also das hatten wir schon. Sammeln Objekte links. Hier war nichts mehr, gell? Also hier war quasi Sammelobjekt. Ausgang, Sprungkreis. Objekt habe ich ja schon gefunden, I guess. Oder kann ich es nochmal out of order? Ja, wahrscheinlich, weil ich es schon habe, oder? Oder? Wenn ich nicht runter war's. Was ist dann hier? Ah, steht sogar ganz groß da.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2,
are here.
now that's an artistic statement
Okay.
right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Oh. Das sieht interessant aus. Wir gehen runterschauen, was da ist
Have
am
you seen
Boden.
everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Was ist das denn? Oh, ist das Arnold Schwarzenegger? Na, fast. Oder bin es ich? Ah, bestimmt bin ich das. Bin berühmt. No Screenshots. Ich krieg da bestimmt ein Achievement, wenn ich Screenshot mache, oder? Wie mache ich Screenshots? Hä? Screenshot.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay, are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh, neuer Sprungkreis. Yay.
I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on, let me do a different arrangement. Okay.
Nein, der Sprungkreis.
This is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything.
Oh.
I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh. Oh. I guess sieht genauso aus, nur in Rot. Aber oh. Es gibt bei dem Spiel einfache Steuerung. Du hast 5 Tasten, wobei du eine Taste nicht mal wirklich hast. Hä? Weist die Steuerung neu zu, sodass für Interaktionen keine bestimmte Tasten benötigt. Heißt, wenn ich irgendwas anklicken kann, ich gehe in die Nähe, dann wird schon angeklickt oder was? Ach, I don't know. Das Spiel, ich hätte zurück zum Desktop klicken können.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Aha.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Aha.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Was hier so dreckig oder ist es neu? New Content kann hier.
All his co-workers were gone. What could it
Mach
mean?
plopp, mach plopp.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, Stanley went around touching every little... Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No, 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 no. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks.
Ja, komm jetzt mal. Ich dachte gerade, da steht jemand, Alter.
Click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Wait, what? Oh. Ich will einen PC haben, den ich... Loading PC gibt's nichts.
Stanley clicked on literally every
Das
single
ist
door
sowas
in
von
the
cool
office
neu.
because he doesn't pick up well on key. Stanley felt the bucket calling to him, begging him to pick it up. Why was he not doing it?
The bucket? Wo ist hier ein Eimer? Hab ich gerade irgendwas überhört? Irgendwas mit... Oh.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Oh. Das steht wirklich das Einzige, was hier richtig...
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Nope.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Will ich das? Gab es hier noch ein paar Wege? Da gab's noch Wege. Da gab's noch Wege.
No, said the bucket. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Oh, wait. Das, oh, wait. War das hier auch schon da? I don't know. Erst einmal. Da bin ich hier gekommen, gell? Dann gibt es hier nichts Neues. Dann gehe ich hier rüber. Achso, ich glaube, das ist der eigentliche Weg da. Von hier nach da ist wahrscheinlich sehr risky, wie ich das gemacht habe, aber. Kaputt nicht draufspringen? Nein.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Okay. Muss ich jetzt sterben? Einfach nur um zurückzukommen? Oder will das Spiel mir sagen, hier in dem Tunnel wäre vielleicht nochmal so eine Action.
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
Das wollte ich nicht.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the
So, dann gehen wir mal den längeren Weg zum Meeting Room. Schauen wir mal, was da so passieren wird.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No,
yeah.
Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Nichts zum Oin sammeln? Oin, oin, oin. I think not. Dann, I guess, driven wir mal nach down.
Oh, good Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
Ooh.
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do
Bleib
it.
da!
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Schöne Musik. Aber, sagt er noch was, wenn ich da... Schöne Toilettenspülung. I guess, der sagt nix. Oh, Stuhl, schade. Böser Stuhl. Stuhl, Bug! Oh. Ist es jetzt... Yeah, ich hab das Spiel wieder kaputt gemacht. Yeah, ich bin so gut. Alter. So, was mache ich jetzt? So gut, dass ich jetzt nicht mal weiß, was ich machen will. Also machen soll, I guess einfach beenden. Oh, schöne Tür. Was war denn das? Das gerade war... Oh, nice. Okay, I guess. Spiel neu zu Beginn.